here to perform our national anthem. Please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit XTREMESCORING.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production.
Race fans, welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is week number 5, race number 5 of the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series, and we are live from 2008's version of Atlanta Motor Speedway. It is Throwback night. A lot of trucks out there running some vintage paint schemes we will get to pre-race momentarily, but joining me up in the broadcast booth, as he always does on these Tuesday evenings, it's Gary Wells.
Good to be in the booth with you again tonight, AJ. Throwback week, 2008 Atlanta. AJ, I love this racetrack. I'm glad there's at least a driver or two in here tonight that decided to pick a throwback from the 2001 Cracker Barrel 500. So it's going to be a fun one here tonight. A lot of good vintage throwbacks. We have about 8 or 9 drivers that decided to participate in Throwback Week. So not as much as we were anticipating, but good to see that everybody's got a throwback in their own way. And I'm really excited for this race. I think it's going to be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is my honest favorite iteration of this racetrack. It's cool that they turned it into a hybrid of a super speedway, but the tire wear, the fuel mileage, the tire wear, is really going to play into effect, Gary. And I know you have the tail of the tape, so why don't we send it back to you with some of the tail of the tape and what to expect with these trucks going around this racetrack for 140 laps.
Yeah, so it's going to be a long race here. We average about anywhere from 135 to 150 laps the last 2 or 3 times we've been here, 140 laps tonight. Race number 11, that was the playoff opener back in season 18. Nicholas Roman won the pole, led 116 out of 135 laps, and won the race.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, so he was at Extreme back in the day. 6 leaders, 11 lead changes. There was only 1 caution that race. Same thing for season 16, only 1 caution for 3 laps. William Hartman won the pole and won the race, and actually led the most laps, but it was only 37 laps led for him that night. We had 31 lead changes in that race, AJ. That was a pretty crazy race. Race number 2 of season 16, so that was about 2020-ish. Same thing with season 15. You'll get a kick out of this one. Scott Ramler won the pole for that race back in season 15, race number 6. Led 85 out of 150 laps. So that was the most on the night. Brad Slaughter Jr. won that race. I believe he was teammates with Scott Ramler during that time period. He led the last 43 laps basically in that time. We had 5 leaders, 10 lead changes that race, 5 cautions for 23 laps. So that one was a little bit higher on the caution side than what these guys normally run. I haven't seen a caution-free race at Atlanta and Extreme. At least not in a while. We won't see that anymore, obviously, because of the stage caution here tonight. So we'll get at least 1 yellow. But the trends tell me lots of long green flag runs. You might get a caution or 2. But really, it's going to be tires, and more tires. Every time these guys come down pit road tonight, it's going to be 4 fresh ones. Not 2, 4. It's going to be 4 just about every time. So this is going to be a good race here tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I. It's 210 miles, 140 laps. We have that stage caution that you just mentioned at lap 47. They cannot make it on fuel. So are we going to see a little bit of strategy? Are they going to split it dead in half? Or are they going to run it to its empty? Gary, as Mr. Crew Chief, what would you be telling your driver to do, and what would you be coaching him to do?
Well, I know some drivers are going to try to stretch it as long as they can, which they can go about roughly 40 laps, maybe a little bit under that here for the fuel mileage here. But the tires fall off as much as 2 seconds here in the truck series here tonight. So probably not going to be stretching it to the end of the fuel run, at least in the first stage. I think you guys will see drivers pit as early as lap 20 and maybe lap 25. So anywhere 20 to 25, I think is when you're going to see the bulk of the pit stops. Of course, you'll see those 1 or 2 drivers that will try to milk it to the end of the stage, but I think tires are just going to be such a premium because of the lap advantage and the speed advantage that you'll have. So, but I think most of the pit stops will be happening between lap 20 and lap 25 if it goes green the entire time.
Yeah, well, we're just going to have to wait and see, as we are looking at just about 30 seconds left in practice. Let's go look at those point standings, and we're going to go to the track. But let's talk about those team points and those driver points. First up for everybody, let's talk about those absolutely beautiful driver points. Justin Opplinger leading Dalton Fredericks by 7 points. 210 to 203. Then it's a good 23-point gap to third place Paul Irvin. Then another 11-point gap to Daniel Krim. Michael Thwaites with 166 in fifth. And it gradually goes down from there, Gary. We are 5 races in. What are you expecting, as now we have a little bit of a sample size, Gary?
Yeah, so we've had 4 different winners in the first 4 races. I think we could see our first repeat winner here tonight. I think it's definitely trending in that direction. Maybe a Justin Opplinger or even a Dalton Fredericks could probably win this race here tonight. It's definitely trending that way. Or maybe somebody, not one of those guys. Maybe Jake Bustos could make it 5 races, 5 different winners. Ed Morris is usually pretty fast here. There's other guys in this field like, maybe, I don't know. I'm just looking at the list here. Maybe Leland Honeyman. We've talked about him before. He's a real life race car driver. Maybe he knows a thing or two about getting around this old Atlanta. But I think what we're going to see here, AJ, this race is going to be pretty wide open. Michael Thwaites is pretty good here too. So going to be interesting. These guys only get 5 sets of tires in the pits, to answer Dale Opplinger's question there. But I think it's going to be a fun one here tonight. We'll just have to see how everything unfolds.
Yeah, and we talk about the driver points. Well, a lot of these drivers are on teams. So let's check out those team points. Team GTS at 381, and Apex Racing Team at 365. Primetime Motorsports with 322, and they share that with Carroll Racing at 322. Then Crimson Knight Esports with 251, and Warrior Enterprises at 237. Still anybody's game early on in this season. Well, qualifying is currently underway, which means we're going to take a quick commercial break, get everything squared away for the start of tonight's race. We will be right back. Go check out our sponsors in the descriptions. But we'll be right back, everybody.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
And we are back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Gary, we have qualifying currently underway. What kind of qualifying do you think these drivers are trying to, for the most part, do? Are they going to be up towards the wall? How's it going to work?
Yeah, so I think the first, like, getting up to speed as you go into 3 and 4, coming to the green, you're going to run the high side. You might run the high side in 1 and 2 the first lap, but I think really the going into 3 and 4 on your first lap and your entire second lap, you're going to be running on the bottom in the corners. So, but I think it's going to be interesting how these guys approach it. It's been a while since we've been to the old Atlanta like this, so I'm kind of anxious to see how these guys approach it, but that's how I would approach it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Nate, for hitting that like button. Trenton Branson, thank you for sharing. Drivers just about making it to the race course. Aiden Turner, this is his first go lap, Gary. Down into turn 1, and he's putting it right to that high side.
Yeah, I can't say I'm too surprised to see that there, but got a lot of guys here on track. Which one are we looking at?
It's the 15.
Okay. Yeah, he's running the high side kind of like I expected to. See, and then let's see what he does here. Going into 1 on the second lap. Running basically the bottom, just like I had mentioned. So these guys definitely basically doing what I would do, trying to make sure you get all that momentum wound up as he's loose at the exit of 2 here. I don't know how he saved it, and he still kept his foot in it too.
Yeah, he's not going to be first, but he ain't going to be last.
If you ain't first, you're last. Let's take a look at, as we see Aiden completing his second time lap here. Not going to be better than his first, obviously. Let's take a look at that 20 truck. Dalton Fredericks, he's got a throwback. One of the first of many drivers here tonight.
It looks like he's throwing it back to, it looks like his father's scheme.
Yeah, I guess his dad was a dirt racer back in the day. So doing a throwback to doing a throwback to his dad. So that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty sweet.
Pretty wholesome moment there. But he is on lap 2, rounding turn 4 for the final time.
And crossing the line, that number 20 is good for pole, and then he's not. Michael Thwaites immediately bounces him, and so does Mike Rominger.
Can't say we're completely surprised about that.
Well, I'm kind of surprised because I don't know if Dalton was possibly not showing his cards in practice, but he was right around 15th fastest in our first practice session.
I think he was focused on race trim, but definitely knows how to put down a flyer. Let's take a look at the 47 of Daniel Krim. He's running a throwback to a 90s, I don't know exactly the year, but a 1990s Indy 500 pace truck.
Ooh.
I think his qualifying run is over though, so he is coming down pit road. Sorry, I missed it. But looks like we got the 51, 74. Let's go to the 74.
Big Bustos.
He is on his first lap, coming to his second here. He took the high side through 3 and 4. Let's see what he does here down into 1. He's going to run the bottom almost to that Harvick line down there. And I think we will see a lot of drivers try and do that here tonight. Try to back up their corner and try to run that Kevin Harvick line that we've seen in the past here at this old racetrack.
Yeah, he would just cross that start-finish line and get out of the gas and coast most of the way through one, and he was whooping everybody that day.
Yeah, he would be basically letting off at turns 1 and 2 of the quarter mile track. But Bustos here going to be P6 on the board.
Ed Morris to finish qualifying P14. Not a lot of trucks taking time out there tonight.
Yeah, I believe there's a looks like the 51's still on track according to my track map, but his run is over.
He's just getting hot laps out there. There it is. Qualifying is over. We are gonna talk to our pole winner momentarily. But let's run down our starting lineup real fast. There it is. Like, did this update without me knowing? Michael Thwaites, Mike Rominger, your front row. Dalton Fredericks and Leland Honeyman, row 2. Row 3, Daniel Krim and Jake Bustos. In row number 4, Ben Corson and Joe Darnell. Rounding out that top 10 in row 5, Justin Opplinger and Adam Caps. Gary, take it to 20.
All right. In 11th place, Caleb Bacon in that 35. Paul Irvin's going to be running a throwback tonight to Jimmy Johnson. He'll be starting in that 12th position. Trenton Branson in lucky number 13 there. 14th is going to be Ed Morris. 15th is going to be Trevor Klein. 16th is going to be Sean Garrett. 17th, a throwback for Matt Cochran tonight, throwing it back to Kevin Darnell in 17th. 18th is going to be Aiden Turner. 19th is going to be Chris Opplinger. And rounding out the top 20 in another throwback, it's going to be a Need for Speed throwback for Josh Vidal.
Everybody else is going to cycle through on your screen. Gary, would you be so kind and get us our pole winner?
All right, Michael Thwaites, Gary Wilson, Booth, get a copy.
I do.
All right, well, you're getting ready to start this thing from the pole. Talk about your race truck. Talk about your chances here tonight.
I mean, we'll find out. I mean, I feel pretty good, especially after that lap.
Well, I think it's going to be a race. I know we haven't raced the old Atlanta in a while, so do you have anything from the old memory bank about this racetrack that you reminded yourself of during practice tonight? Pretty much tire management and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, to a degree. It's been a while for sure, but I think the race will end up sputting out a good bit, and yeah, I mean, just keep it clean, keep the tires a little fresh, and it should be all right.
All right. Well, anybody you want to thank before we let you go here?
Yeah, everybody, RICMOTECH, Primetime, Ed, everybody up in the booth, what y'all do with the broadcast, and teammates.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go get ready for this race here, starting from a good spot here in the front row, and hopefully we'll be seeing you later.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that is Michael Thwaites, everybody, on the pole tonight.
Gary, I'm excited for this, pal. I think this is going to be very fun, and it's going to be the battle of who can save those tires the best.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to tires here tonight. Again, these guys have 5 sets of them, so going to be interesting to see how these guys go about it here tonight. Wanted to kind of highlight some guys that are starting towards the back of the field. Dustin Carroll, he is running a throwback to Jimmy Johnson in 2001, back when you saw the Excedrin car on the racetrack.
There it is.
Taylor Bertram is running a throwback to Terry Labonte in the Truck Series in the mid-90s. I want to say 95 or 96.
I was going to say a Jeff Gordon scheme, but hey.
Well, it is technically a Terry Labonte truck from that era, but yes, you could say Jeff Gordon too. But it is very much a Terry Labonte throwback. Daniel Krim, like I mentioned, got that pace truck vibes from the 90s for the Indianapolis 500. Let's talk about Joe Darnell here, rather. The Kevin Harvick first win machine.
And I think that was right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
It definitely was. The 2 of Adam Capps, he's running a throwback to Jeff Gordon in the 2002 Daytona 500. That is the same Daytona 500 where Sterling got out of his car. After he spun out Jeff Gordon to pull out the fender. Let's see. Did we get a chance to look at Vidal? I can't remember.
I think we saw him in practice, but there's the 26 to the high side, where you see BMS Street on the side.
Yes, it is a throwback to Need for Speed somewhere. I don't know what one, but it's a Need for Speed throwback apparently.
And it looks like Leland Honeyman and Logan Kogar not making the start of tonight's race.
Well, I think Logan Kogar was on probation. I think he got suspended for this race.
Ooh.
So that is why he is not here.
Like showing up on a Saturday to school.
Pretty much. Lights are off on the 2008 Mustang pace car here, AJ.
Here we go. Pace car is off. And green flag in the air. It's Throwback Week on All-Star 15 TV. Already, that big gap on that inside lane, Gary. A lot of movement. 3 wide on exit.
Yep, definitely going to see some 3 wide. I think you're going to see some drivers be a little bit aggressive here these first 2 to 3 laps on the start of this thing, just to try to make up some track position if they didn't get the qualifying effort that they wanted. But then I think after that, you're going to see drivers settle in and really start going into save mode to try to make these tires last the first 20 to 25 laps of this race before they pit.
Yeah, you're really going to have to. Is Vidal with an issue, and we already have a yellow flag out. Looks like it's Anthony Campbell and Josh Vidal.
I'm seeing the 32 is in this. The 32 of Trenton Branson.
Oh, you're right. 32, 23. Mix that up. My apologies, everybody.
Dyslexia. It happens.
You can see the 26 on the high side.
I don't know if it was just one of those situations where maybe Trenton thought he was clear. Yeah, it kind of looked like he might have thought he was clear, or maybe he was trying to give extra room to the 15. But not a good situation on lap 1, or lap 2, turn 1. And that's just such a tricky part as it is, AJ, going through that portion of the racetrack, with it being as worn out as it is and everything. Not an ideal spot to try and be 3 wide there, but I know it collected the 23 as well, I think. Did it not? Maybe it didn't. I don't know. Maybe I dreamed it.
And that
yeah, going on board here with the 26. I see it here now.
And nothing Vidal could have done there.
Nothing Vidal could do right there. Nothing Josh could do. Looked like the 32 just kind of went up the racetrack. I don't. Again, I'm not sure if he was trying to give room to the 15 or what the scenario was there, because they were kind of 3 wide. But again, lap 2, one of those things that just doesn't need to happen.
So Gary, perfect time for everybody at home. They have a little homework they need to do if they're able. Right in the chats and also the description of the video on Facebook and YouTube, and also in the chats of Facebook and YouTube, there's a link to a Google Doc. We want to hear who you're voting for best throwback paint scheme. Gary, real quick, can you give the numbers and driver rundowns of who is eligible for all this?
Yeah, so giving you a rundown for it, the 2 of Adam Capps, the 4 of Matt Cochran, the 5 of Taylor Bertram, the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, the 26 of Josh Vidal, the 29 of Joe Darnell, the 47 of Daniel Krim, the 48 of Paul Urban, and the 92 of Dustin Carroll. I will also attach a list into the YouTube chat for everybody. So if you are watching on Facebook, hop over to YouTube and you will see the list.
I mean, I know who I voted for, but I'll keep that as a broadcaster's secret, so I don't curse anybody by accident. Hey, it's real. I swear, the broadcaster curse is real.
Well, if it'll let me. Hold on a second.
All right.
Let's just do this. Will you let me post it now? Oh, it's too long. Go figure. Well.
So when you're sending it, make sure you put the driver number and his name next to it.
Yes.
Make it
That is
easier
what I
for everybody.
attempted to do, but hold on a second.
Here we go. Pace car is off, and we are green once again. Thwaites with an excellent restart. Immediate to 74 of Bustos, cutting down to that inside lane. Already behind them. 51 of Opplinger is trying to get by the 71 of Krim, who's in the wall before getting to turn 3. No damage off the 47 being reported, but a very scary moment to just tag the wall before entering the turn. Oh, Adam Capps is really loose out of 2.
Yeah, everybody's going to be pretty loose. That's going to be, I think, a story of the night that we'll need to pay attention to, AJ, as we get further on to this thing. Turn 2 and turn 4 on exit is going to be very, very critical. A lot of guys, I think, are going to be slipping and sliding through that tonight. Whoa! Close situation there between the 2 and the 10.
Yeah, I saw that. That's that's getting a little squirrely back there.
Second. You know, AJ, we didn't get to make our picks.
We did not.
You want to make it now?
Sure. I'll take the 51 of Justin Opplinger.
You would take that low-hanging fruit.
He's already plus 6 spots, 9th to 3rd.
This is true. I'm going to give you some other low-hanging fruit. You ready for this one? I don't think you're ready for it.
Who you got, pal?
He ran really good in your league last night. Well, not your league, but you get what I'm saying. Paul Urban.
Okay. He's going to have to really bounce back after not a great qualifying run. He's currently in 11th.
Currently in 11th, but I think they're going to be able to work some pit strategy for that 48 truck to where I think we'll see him in the stage points come the end of stage 1 around lap 47 there. So I think they'll be able to work it out just fine.
And just a shout out, Adam Capps is the sponsor of all the cautions on the channel with Elite Entertainment. We did miss it on that first caution, so I apologize, but giving him a shout out now. His link is in the description.
Caution, here it is.
Hey, well, there it is. Lap 12, what do we got?
I am not sure. I did not see it.
Anthony Campbell and Eric Driggins?
Uh-oh.
Trying to find what happened. Oh yeah, with Aiden Turner.
Yeah, it looks like the 17 of Sean Garrett's even got a meatball out of it, too.
Aiden comes up the racetrack and just clocks Sean Garrett.
Yeah, he thought it was clear. Hard to tell there at that angle that I'm looking at here if it was netcode or not. We'll have to get a second or third opinion. Yeah, there was a ton of netcode, but I think they were going to hit anyway between the 15 and the 17. The 15 just came up like the 17 wasn't even there.
Absolutely. It's amazing the technology. Oh! With these trucks. I thought that 15 was going to get up in the air and start spinning. What was that? Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards here one year?
Yes, yeah. Between those two guys.
And it's pit time.
It is pitting time. I think, 13 laps, definitely it's just outside the window, but these guys are going to be able to make it to the end of the stage at this point on fuel, but everybody just right there in the pit window for fuel, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. And I wonder what Krim's doing, because he's staying out.
I think he's trying to. I think. Well, let's see. No, he's staying out on the original tires. I think he's just trying to get a point for a lap lead. That is very possible for that 47. We know we've seen him a few times do that. Or he could just be on a different strategy from everybody else and maybe thinking we'll get another caution or two. We'll just kind of have to see how it unfolds.
I mean, with how the track is running right now, it looks like a lot of these drivers are getting really loose out of two. Whether they're smacking the wall or not is scary. We've seen a couple of them. Hell, we saw a truck smack I think honestly it was the 47, the turn 3 wall entering the turn. So this track is a little squirrely even though it's only at an 85-degree temperature.
Yeah, I think it's a combination. I think you're going to see loose out of 2, and it seems like so far, AJ, tight out of 4. Which, the last couple of races that were run here at Atlanta Motor Speedway before the repave, that definitely was more of the trend at that particular time. Guys just losing it out of 2 and guys getting tight out of 4. So I think that kind of seems to be where everybody's heading. And fortunately, wrecks are happening early. We've already got 2 cautions in this thing. It definitely is trending towards being a race similar to what we saw in season 15 here.
Yeah, and right now, the only truck still on pit roads, that's Sean Garrett and Anthony Campbell. And actually, I think Sean Garrett might have taken that truck back to the hauler.
He is taking it back to the house. He is done for the evening, that 17 machine.
Should be getting the 1 to go this time by.
And we are. Lights are off on that beautiful pace car.
And just remember, everybody, vote for your favorite throwback scheme via the Google Doc in the chat on Facebook and YouTube. The only ones you could really vote for is the number 2 of Adam Capps. You saw him right there, top of your screen. You're looking for the Matt Cochran machine, which he's sitting in. I just saw his name. There it is. Ooh, that's a really nice looking scheme. I kind of expect to see Superman on it.
You talking about for Adam Capps?
No, for Matt Cochran.
Ah, yes. That's a throwback to Joe's brother.
Taylor
that passed away back in 22.
Taylor
when he
Bertram?
raced, Street Stocks. Good looking truck there for Taylor.
Dalton Fredericks. And the 26 of Josh Vidal. But here we go.
Pace car's off. Green flag back in the air here, AJ. Let's see how long they go this time.
Oh, they're hauling the mail like they've been doing down into turn 1. And great restart from the 47.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, great minds think alike. Even with the 12-lap disadvantage on tires, Krim got off to a really solid restart that time.
Yeah, how long can he keep these drivers behind him?
I don't know, but if we get a long green flag run, we're definitely going to see the tires play a factor. I would imagine, these next couple laps, he'll have his time in the sun. We'll give him his flowers, but I think there will come a time where he will start to fall back to the field.
What's going to be really interesting is if he's going to need that set of tires late in that race when everybody else has used theirs.
Oh!
We have a truck in the wall.
Yeah, we got a couple trucks in the wall. The 51 has really been trying to break this third lane in. It hasn't quite broken yet. He's hit the wall there a couple of times, or at least once that we've seen. But these guys are all over this racetrack right now, AJ.
Yeah, if he can get it going, you just saw the
and we got
momentum
pass for the lead. Pass for the lead here. Adam Capps is taking over the lead. Everybody in the second lane's going around Daniel Krim like he's sitting still.
Yeah, he lasted a little bit longer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be immediate, probably going into turn 3, but he lasted a good 2.5 laps.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 laps there. It might work for him later in the run, but I really don't see that working out long term. Now, that might be something you put in your back pocket later for late in the race. Green-white checkered scenario, you need a couple laps on tires, and you're about a 10 to 12 lap disadvantage. Give it a try, but I think he's going to be thanking himself later for late in the race if we get a late race caution to come on in and get some tires.
Yeah, he is theoretically in that 7th position and saved a set of tires. And if he could stay with this front pack, I'll count that as a success.
I think everybody will count that as a success for him. I just don't know if that is... I don't know how long that's going to last. I'm curious to see how this will play out for that 47 machine. Oh, the 2 got turned head on into the fence. He got turned by the 10. Big crash here. Everybody's scattering.
Wow.
We'll have to take a look at the Elite Entertainment caution replay here.
Head first into the wall. See if we can get a better angle.
Oh, it looks like he might have gotten loose at first. The X of 2, which we've been seeing that a couple times.
Oh yeah,
and maybe the 10 was trying to figure out a way to get around him. That's the only thing I could think of there. Do we have a drone cam of that? Ooh, yeah, not a good look there. Let's take a look here.
So yeah, he's already loose, and then Ben just kept going.
Yeah, again, newer driver Ben is. I don't know if it's just one of those things, like I said, where maybe he was thinking he could go low and Caps would keep a high, but I think as you gain a little more experience, I think you'll realize if a driver is spinning to go low, he's going to stay low and you'll go high next time. That'd be the only thing that I could really see critically as a broadcaster of something different to do next time you're in that scenario.
Let's jump on board with that 10 as they start heading off.
And we could also, I was going to say, let's see what he's seeing, and maybe I'll change my mind.
Oh, you can see the 2 smacks the wall.
Yeah, I could think there as the 2's in the fence. I could see where Ben was thinking there. Maybe the 2 is going to stay up in the fence a little more, and then I could just shoot down to the bottom and clear him.
Yeah.
But, that didn't happen. So it's kind of one of those situations where you got to make a split-second move, and unfortunately that was the wrong move. We'll see how Race Control reviews that. I believe, if this is accurate, they're saying no penalty yet. Gonna wait to see what Race Control says here.
Well, we went green for about eight laps, That brought Matt Cochran, Daniel Krim, Joe Darnell, Joshua Vidal, Ed Morris Sr., Brent Branson all down pit road. So now they're the ones with the fresher tires.
Yep, they're going to be the ones with the fresher tires, and Krim was able to catch a lucky caution there, which helps.
Yeah, I think what you said before, him just plugging that away for later, realizing staying out might not have been the best case scenario, but
Yeah.
Hey, no harm, no foul.
He's on base to basically do what we would have done if we would have went green this whole time anyway. About lap 20, lap 21, he came in, got his tires. Now those tires are going to last him until the end of the stage, where everybody's just kind of stuck with where they're at now, and we got to wait until lap 47 when the stage hits, because you've got to plan these tires out throughout the race on purpose. You only get 5 sets, so you're going to burn up 2 one in the first stage, 1 at the stage break. So that gives you 3 for the rest of the race, and it is about a 2-stopper. But we may see guys not do a 2-stopper. We may see them try to use all 3 sets and maybe split the second stage into 4ths versus 3rds. So we'll see what happens here as things continue to unfold here.
Yeah, we'll be doubling up this time by Ben Corson is going to pick where he wants to start. Right now, he's kind of showcasing that outside lane. And I think that's what he's picking. Caleb Bacon is going to start in second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's going to have to go to the inside lane here. But Ben is picking the outside.
Or is Rominger P2?
No, the 35 is supposed to go to the inside of the racetrack. That's how this works. The leader gets lane choice on the starts and or on all restarts. So 35 needs to go to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to happen as we're about to go green in about a half a lap. But Elite Entertainment is the sponsor for all the cautions here on All-Star 15 TV, whether it's the Monday Night Series or XMS Tuesday and Wednesday. Appreciate Adam Caps and company for coming on board as a channel. There it is.
There
as
he
a
goes.
Channel partner. But here we go. Lights are off. Pace car's about to duck for cover. We're just about 23 laps remaining in the stage, and green flag in the air.
Green flag back in the air. The 10 getting a pretty solid jump there. I think this is his first lap sled here, AJ, in the series.
I think so,
in his
too.
career. So good to see the 10 there. Ben Corson, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. Ben 10 Chevrolet. Isn't it funny? His number's 10. His name is Ben, and he goes to the Ben 10 theme.
It's like perfect. It's like a match made in heaven.
It works out. Side by side for second, though, between the 9 and the 35.
Yeah,
Caleb Bacon coming off his first win last week, rather.
Yeah, up in Canada, Canadian Tire, that 35 put on a clinic.
Oh, we got another caution, another wreck. The 21's in it. 21's in it. Looks like 23's in it. Pretty massive crash here. The 2's in it again. See a couple drivers stopped on my little track map here. We'll have to take a look at the replays here.
Oh, 21 gets in the wall. Then the 47 gets in the back of him after the 26 pushes him into him.
Oh, yeah. 21 bouncing off the fence. Oh, and he just overcorrects it. Holy cow.
Jump on board with that 21.
Wow. That was scary. It made me even jump out of my seat, and I'm just a broadcaster. I think it made me jump out of my seat for Josh there.
Oh!
Narrowly missing that.
And the engine immediately expires.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to drive back to the pits on that one. Yeah, 28's involved, the 2's involved. Unnecessary damage for the rest of these guys.
That was probably one of the biggest overcorrects we've seen on the channel.
You know, I would think if you're in a slide like that, you just try to not overcorrect. I mean, I know this is a simulator, but the laws of physics do apply in the sim world still. I don't know. Part of me is just like, just let that truck try and spin, but I get it. You don't want to collect anybody else, but
Let's check with the 28 of Ed Morris Sr.
Well, yeah. Let's take a look at Ed Sr. here, because
it looks like he goes to avoid everything that's happening and just comes right down the racetrack.
Oh, and he clipped Adam. Oh, man, that's tough.
Like, he didn't touch any of the other drivers, and he just gradually kept going further and further down towards that white line to where he clipped the two.
Yeah,
put the two head first
I think
in
it
the
was
wall.
just one of those things where he was trying to avoid a... Yeah. Looked like one of those things where 28 was trying to avoid the wreck and ended up causing a follow-up one after that. That's tough to see.
Absolutely. And we will be right back, but you're not going to miss a thing. What do you got, Gary? No, I was going to...
Go to break.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
We are back here on All-Star 15 TV. We are under the Elite Entertainment caution. Coming to lap 31, it is the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series Throwback Night. Race number 5 of the season from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace car is off and away, and we are green.
Green flag back in the air. Another strong restart there by the 10 of Ben 10. I'm just going to call him Ben 10 for the rest of my life. Side by side with the 35. Ooh, the 9 was a little loose there at the exit of 2.
Holy cow. I don't remember seeing them side by side for this long as they're 3 wide.
3 wide. Here we go. Jake Bustos to the top of the racetrack. No shock to see him up there. He does like running that high side every now and again. Still 3 wide here. Maybe. No, still 2. Okay.
Yeah, they settled it for a hot second.
Yeah, just some clarification from race control. I did receive that just a moment ago while we were on break. So the 26 gets the penalty for the caution. Just as you explained to me during the break there, I did not see the initial contact between the 26 and the 47, but that's what caused it. The 26 hitting the 47 as the 21 was bouncing off the fence, which caused the 21 after the contact with the 47 to, yeah, y'all saw the rest. So that's, after hearing that explanation, that makes a lot more sense now.
Battle for the lead out of 2. Thwaite's in the 12.
We got the 7 sideways.
Uh-oh.
He got contact with somebody. No caution, though, for it.
Back it up and take a quick look at it. Oh, the 47 involved in another one. I don't think it's his fault to get... Yeah, it's not his fault, but he's hitting everything.
Ooh. Yeah, the 55 was up on the fence at the exit of 2. The 7 just trying to avoid it. The 47 just had a run and... Man, nowhere really for anywhere to go.
Absolutely.
7 gets damage at the rear end and the front end of his race truck.
If Daniel Krim coming to Atlanta Motor Speedway didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe he needs to not run a throwback ever again. Because that scheme seems to be bad luck. 3 wide for second. Well, they were for second.
Yeah, Ben 10 is going backwards.
Woo!
But this is really
But he's holding on to it. 3 wide again.
Practice for him, Gary. Very good practice for him to run up front and kind of stay with these guys. They're still 3 wide.
Yeah, still 3 wide here. The 51, the 20, the 10. You would have thought I was naming off yard lines like it's football out here.
I don't want to talk about how bad my team is.
we will not talk about the New England Patriots, sir. Not in this chat. But they are pretty bad.
Yeah, they're
here comes 51.
They're
taking
actually worse
advantage
than
of
the
a run
Colts.
that he got here on the high side. What'd you say about my Colts?
They're actually worse than the Colts. As they're still 3 wide, as Fredericks is going to come down and clip them.
That's gonna be a wreck. This is going to be big. That's big.
Now that looked like netcode.
I think it was, AJ.
The 20.
And middle of 3 wide here. The 10. The 20 kind of went down a little bit. The 10 kind of went up, I think, because of one of the bumps. But, yeah, unfortunate.
Ooh, Paul Irvin involved. The 9 of Rominger as well.
Yeah, the 48 had a big hit out of this one. So did the 10. The 6 gets by with very minimal damage as he's trying to avoid the 9. The 5 gets into the back of him.
On board with the 48. You could hear him get up the throttle trying to get by it before it happens.
Yeah, he tried it. Didn't work out for him.
Looking for the 35 of Caleb Bacon. Oh, and the 92 gets involved. That's Dustin Carroll. Heavy no damage on the 92. We have a lot of wrecked race cars before the end of the night, Gary. Especially if we're having big ones like we're at a super speedway.
Yeah, that's gonna be something here.
Yeah,
Well,
I know we don't have the soundboard, which is good, but all I heard was millions and millions of dollars in damage.
I was hearing real man genius.
Been a wild and
Well, they're calling that one a racing incident. No penalties for that one.
and we'll go green with just about 6 or 7 laps left in the stage. A quick shot to get our stage winner, but then we have a full almost 100 lap run to the end of tonight's race. And everybody, you're watching All Star 15 TV's broadcast of Throwback Night for the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that wonderful stuff that really helps out the channel and pushes us up the YouTube and Facebook algorithm so more and more people can watch us.
Yes, we love it when you guys like the stream and all that fun stuff. I guess while we're under this elite entertainment caution flag here, AJ, have you ever been in a time where you need some energy?
You have no idea, especially now.
You know? Yeah, I tell you, I'm having a Coke right now. Probably should have got me some W Energy tonight. Brand of energy drinks that are designed to be clean, flavorful, and focused on energy. Use code AS15TV to save 10% on all your orders. Visit w.gg to place your order today. Again, that's w.gg. Use code ALLSTAR15TV. Use the initials AS15TV to save 10% on your order today.
Yeah, I currently have the hydration powder in. Kind of felt a little laggy today. Popped that in the water, shook it up, had a couple sips, and already feeling 10 times better. Popeye had spinach.
I've heard about their hydro.
Popeye had spinach. I had a hydro.
That's right. Well, AJ, we're getting ready to go back green. It looks like Michael Thwaites chose the outside here for the restart.
Wonder if that has something to do with who's right behind him.
Well, they're not teammates.
I know, but you're also blocking the air off of them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're working strategy, sir.
Yep. Yep.
I see you. I see you out there, outthinking me. That's good.
Gonna dump everything
by the way,
onto
Paul,
the 51.
I'm not picking you anymore. Never again. I need to stop doing that.
Oh, did he say something?
No, he didn't, but I'm sure if he goes back and watches later, he will. I was going to pick somebody else, but unfortunately they're not racing tonight. We missed seeing you on track tonight, Campigio.
Absolutely.
Pace car's in.
And green flag back in the air, and looks like a couple of the outside drivers spun their tires, and Romager really spun his tires on the inside.
Yeah, everybody's going to be spinning their tires here. 29 lap old tires. Probably going to be the last run to the stage. Another stage is lap 47, but if we get a caution here, probably in the next 2 or 3 laps, we will probably call up the stage here.
Currently only have 22 drivers out of the 29 registered on the racetrack right now. The crazy battle up front. They are under a blanket, and Bustos to the point. Oh, I thought the 51 was gonna clean the 12 right out the way they came off the turn together. As it looks like we're almost 3 wide for P1. How long can they hold on to this? This is for the stage win. Just a couple laps to go.
We got the 99. Oh, the 26 is around. He's head on into the wall. And AJ?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. We called it.
Now, what?
That's the 26 this time, not the 47. 47 was around it, though.
What caused all this? Because it popped up with the 54. Oh, they were trying to avoid.
Well, it looks
Trim.
like with the 69, it might have started with him, Hunter Hastings there. Let's see if we can get a camera shot of that. And this, 69, they were kind of tight there, and
Chris Roplinger went to miss the 47 and comes down a little bit. And
collected his teammate instead.
Yep.
That is going to be the stage, I believe. We'll wait to hear from race control, but I'm pretty sure that is going to be the stage. I'll be right back. Let me confirm with race control here.
Yep. Well, while we are dealing with that, we're going to do another caution. We'll be right back, everybody.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we are back. Gary, you got some news on the stage. What happened?
Well, they decided to call it. That's the stage. There was a little bit of miscommunication on when pit road opened versus when they decided to call the end of the stage. Jake Bustos is going to win the stage. From what I understand, this could change. They're going to change it pending on the finishing order by a lap or two. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to look. We would normally interview the stage winner, but he is not in Discord currently, so but that's okay. So Jake Bustos, I believe, is your stage winner, from what I was told by Race Control.
Roger. Well, it's been a very eventful first stage, Gary.
You ain't kidding. Very chaotic first stage here for sure.
93 laps left on the board. And come to find out, I still think, we're still under that yellow flag, which is brought to you by Elite Entertainment. Thank you to the guys at Elite Entertainment for being the sponsor for all cautions on the channel. Looks like Trevor Klein is going to take over as race leader. He did pit at lap 37, so it's not like his tires are super old, but everybody behind him is on fresh Goodyear Eagles.
We are 1 to green here, AJ. We're getting to go green. We're getting ready to go green right now.
Are we really?
Yes.
But I saw the
lights are off on the Mustang pace car.
Oh, they must have shortened it a lap.
Oh, never mind. They're extending the yellow hold. That is the right call, Race Control. Thank you.
Yeah, because we still have people on pit road.
Yeah, we had people on pit road. You know, we're just here.
I'm also curious if
out.
iRacing is scoring a lot of these drivers for pitting that extra lap later, with the confusion as penalty cars.
They could be going to be interesting here to see how they sort the lineup. And it looks like everybody's setting up to be double file here. So it is going to be the 55 of Trevor Klein, the 51 of Justin Opplinger. That is your front row, with the 55 choosing the outside. Then it's Taylor Bertram in third. Fourth is going to be Dalton Fredericks. The fifth is Jake Bustos. Sixth, up from that 24th spot, is going to be Kyle Miller. Of course, Taylor's up to 20 spots as well. Michael Thwaites in 7th. 8th is going to be Nate Orlowski. 9th is going to be Hunter Hastings. And rounding out your top 10 is Trenton Branson.
As we are half a lap away from going green, looking at some of these penalty cars, you can really see if they're to the inside, that would be penalty vehicles. As they go through 3. All right, here we go. Final stage. We stay green. They need 2 pit stops. But we are green, and there they go. Stage 2 underway.
Stage 2 underway. Let's hope that these guys can start to click off some laps here. I think that we kind of saw at Chicagoland, AJ, did we not? Where it was a little bit caution-filled the first stage, but the second stage, everybody kind of settled in. So I'm hoping that's what we see here for stage 2 tonight.
Yeah, I would expect that, because now the pay window slowly starts to open for a lot of these drivers. And the only way you're going to get a good payday is if you make it towards that finish. Man, that Taylor Bertram truck is so nice.
Yeah, good looking truck tonight for sure.
As Klein in the wall out of 2 stays in it, and he's going to breathe right down the back of Dalton Fredericks. As Justin Opplinger is gone.
Yeah, and this is kind of Opplinger's best set of tracks. I know he won at Nashville, but a place where the tires really fall off and it's all about driver skill. He really seems to excel at these type of racetracks. As we got more, 99 got loose there, saved those. 7 is going to go around him with Ed Morris.
He's going to keep it to that high side. Nate Orlowski in the 99 trying to use that momentum off the high side. Oh,
we got contact somewhere. I think we're good. Never mind. I think one of the drivers just smacked the wall. I thought we were going to have a crash.
It was Joe Darnell, and he hit it a ton.
It sounds like the bombs going off when these guys hit the concrete wall.
Like they're trying to move it out.
Saving it again, wheeling and dealing out here. This has really just been an interesting battle for second between Klein and Fredericks and Bustos right here and Taylor.
Yeah, they have a group.
These 3 particular are all under a blanket.
Yeah, they have a group of drivers trying to get to second. But as they're all battling for that second position, Justin Opplinger is gone. Almost 2 seconds
he's continuing to walk away. Yeah, almost 2 seconds, like you said there. He's going to keep walking away from this field. And AJ, the track temp has cooled off a little bit since the start of this race, so the drivers are going to feel a little bit more grip, I think. We started out at about 85 degrees when we opened up for practice. We're at 82 now for the track temp, 71% ambient temp.
Ooh,
and we do have a wind coming out of the northeast at about 9 miles an hour.
Oh, the 5 of Taylor Bertram.
5 got loose right there.
He's going to lose a couple
and
positions.
And again, this is one of those things, if you're getting back into the gas too soon, that's going to be your result.
Yeah, but luckily for him, he didn't hit anything. He's able to keep going the right direction. And he's got Kyle Miller right behind him. That 5 is staying to the inside. Oh! The 74 also loose. Wow, that's going to drop him back to 7th. Gary, is it just going to get worse with these trucks as the run goes on with how loose they already are?
Yeah, I think it is going to continue to get worse, especially at the exit of 2. If you burn up your rear tires too early, you're really going to feel the tires just amplify themselves lap over lap.
So many nice throwbacks we have in the field. I keep looking right at that number 5, like I mentioned, but also that number 29 throwback to Kevin Harvick, where I think that's his first win
yes,
scheme.
and it was here. Yes, first win scheme, and it was here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in March of 2001.
Wow.
Second place to Jeff Gordon that day.
Which, if I remember correctly, they had an amazing battle for...
They did. They
For
had an
that.
amazing battle at the line. It was a photo finish between those two guys.
As there goes to 29, he's trying to get by Jake Bustos. Now remember, that 74 started on the front row when we went green just about 10 laps ago. He's already fallen back to that 8th position, and he's got Ben Corson breathing down the back of his neck.
And I think he's probably just going to let Ben go here. See if he could try to save his stuff a little bit. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, huge shout out to that number 7. He is getting towards the front. I know we've had some yellows that has kind of aided that, but he's able to hold third, and he's running down the 20 of Dalton Fredericks. Kyle Miller and Trevor Klein. That is for that 5th position as Michael Thwaites. You see him in the advanced auto parts number 12.
Oh, the 10 got loose and his head on into the fence. He's going to come back across the racetrack, and that might be a caution. Ooh, no caution.
And
he is stuck there. Caution's out. There it is. Yeah, that 10 is spinning his wheels to go somewhere, but he's not getting very far.
I'm surprised he waited so long to jump back to the pits. 29 looks like he comes off the wall, clips the 10, and you can see that left front is just done.
I don't know if Darnell hit the wall at all, AJ. I think it was just one of those things where he was trying to come off the wall a little bit to try and save it before he hit the fence, and the 10 was there. But it also looks like our friend. His name is Net.
Yeah, he doesn't hit the wall.
With the last name of Code.
He doesn't even jerk the wheel. He just keeps that straight, and unfortunately, the 10 is around with a lot of damage. Well, hits are open. Starts with Kyle Miller, Joe Darnell, Trent Branson, Paul Irvin, Taylor Bertram, Hunter Hastings, Caleb Bacon, all hitting pit road. This is our 7th caution of the evening. You're watching All Star 15 TV's broadcast of the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series live from Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's throwback night. You see Aiden Turner get his lap back on the outside. We will be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill.
We're back from Atlanta Motor Speedway, just about ready to go green once again. Justin Opplinger, Dalton Fredericks, your front row. Then you have Ed Morris, Michael Thwaites in row 2. Trevor Klein and Nader Orlowski in row 3, and green flag in the air. That 51 is gone.
Yeah,
Hits
it's
the
been
loud
kind of
pedal and
clean
disappears.
tonight. Outside lane's been getting a really good jump on these restarts, AJ.
And I think that's really helping how they get through turn 1. They're able to get that lead and just hit the turn perfectly from out there.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have a lurker here, my friend. Look at who's lurking here. 4th and 5th. Well, it was 4th and 5th. Ed Morris and Nader Orlowski.
Yeah, it's still 4th and 5th.
Oh yeah, they are still 4th and 5th. Sorry, I'm kind of
You're good.
slow today.
Plus 10 for the 7, and for the 99, plus 22.
Oh, the 55 saves it.
I don't think he hits anything, but you can see all the damage on the left side of that truck already.
Yeah, he had it from a previous accident for sure behind it.
We're looking at 22 trucks on track right now out of the 29 that registered for tonight's race.
Oh, the 99. I saw him loose before he even got loose.
Oh, he's still loose.
What a save.
3 wide on entry.
Yeah, I saw that rear end hanging out. I saw the right number on the 99 before anybody else did. I think I saw it before he even knew he was loose.
He's still fighting loose. Gotta stay with him here through 1 and 2.
Getting back into the gas. Yeah. A little correction there.
Not too bad. It's the 32 of Trenton Branson getting by the 99 of Orlowski.
Yeah, he's had a solid night here tonight. Starting in that 13th position, battling for the 9th spot here with the 99. Also kind of a battle with the 54 as well. All battling for this 9th, 10th, 11th spots here.
Yeah,
Shout out to Chris Opplinger as well. Starting 19th and up to 11th spot there as Joe Darnell's loose there and saves it.
Hey, he's doing a really good job keeping the truck clean and gradually making his way to the front.
He's going for 9th now, over trying to get around Nader Orlowski.
Yeah, I think with the 99, Gary, I think it just kept cycling hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. That once he got up to temperature, he's been doing a pretty good job and able to hold that position he's in.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. As we got, what looked like we're momentarily 3 wide behind us.
Yeah, immediately got spread apart. That was Hunter Hastings, the 35 of Caleb Bacon and Joshua Vidal.
Here comes the 5 of Taylor Bertram. He's going to be making a move on the 32 of Trenton Branson.
Yeah, he's going to send
set sail there on the bottom side of the racetrack.
And he clears Christopher Uplander.
Clear the 54.
Wow, what a move, Gary.
What a move there by the 5. And he's going to send it again down here into turn 3. He's going to try to go for the 99 in this corner.
And
Look at what he's able to do. What a pass there by the 5.
What a really good lap put together.
He put together a solid lap there. Went from 12th to 9th, and he's looking for more.
But up front, Justin Oplinger with a lead of just about a 10.5 over Dalton Fredericks. Michael Thwaites about 0.4 back. But that 51 is not pulling away like he did last run.
No, he definitely is not. He's got a lot of hungry people on his tail. And I'm seeing how the 5 is doing this. He's got 11 laps on his tires, so everybody else has got 26. 27 now. So, a little bit of a tire advantage. But hey, I mean, an advantage is an advantage. We got a caution again. The 29.
Out. Oh, wow.
The Elite Entertainment caution flag. Oh, that 29 is all tore up. Oh, the 29 and the 99. Ooh. Ooh. Head on into the fence. Ooh. That's not good.
Here it is at full speed.
There's no nut coat on that one.
No. Kind of hard to see from the blip cam if the 29 was just shading up or the 99 was just staying on his position.
I think the 99 was staying in his position. I think the 29 was trying to arc the corner. I mean, heck, maybe he thought he might have been clear, maybe? I'm not... I don't know how you're going to call that one. That's going to be interesting. I'm glad I don't work race control anymore, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've said that for a long time, pal.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like maybe last second the 99 just comes down and finishes the 29 off. I don't know. We'll let Doug Tuttle and the boys in the booth decide.
Yeah. Let's jump on board with the 99. See what we can see here. Yeah, the 99 just kept it straight.
Yeah. Really, the only time he turned the wheel was after the contact was made. Tough break for Joe Darnell. I know he was really looking forward to the night and running that truck.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, Gary, why don't you give a quick plug of the contest going on?
Yeah, so the ongoing contest here of the Throwback Night. We're going to be doing this tomorrow night, too, by the way, for the RICMOTECH Extended Series, if y'all want to take a look at that. But Throwback tonight, we got the 2 of Adam Capps, the 4 of Matt Cochran, the 5 of Taylor Bertram, the 20 of Dalton Fredericks, the 26 of Josh Vidal, the 29 of Joe Darnell, which you saw all tore up, the 47 of Daniel Krim, the 48 of Paul Irvin, and the 92 of Dustin Carroll. All participated tonight officially in Throwback Day, Throwback Night. And there is a contest. Winner gets a prize.
Ooh.
So be sure to cast your vote of what you think is the best throwback. I know our league members are participating in that as well. They just can't vote for themselves. So get out there and vote, 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 vote.
I voted.
Okay. You only get 1 vote, I think. 1 per email anyways. So.
Well, good thing I have like 4 different... I'm kidding.
Well, when you put it that way, Agent. But please go out and vote, vote, and vote again. So. But this will stop when we go off the air tonight, whenever that's going to be.
And
so,
Gary, new leader.
Who?
It is Kyle Miller in the number 6.
Oh, we got a new front row, the 6 and the 5.
Yeah, with them pitting at 60, I could see them staying out. And the reason why is, for the most part, to stay on top of their strategy. At some point, they don't care what everybody else is doing. They have to hit their numbers to make it to the end.
Yes, absolutely. They've got to hit their own number and run their own race.
As we should be
So-
getting the one to go this time by.
I've got real-time results here, ladies and gentlemen. Would you like to hear who's leading so far in the contest, everybody?
Sure, let's hear it.
Far and away. Oh, it's not really far and away. But by 3 votes right now, Daniel Crin has the most votes for best throwback. Second place is Adam Capps with that Jeff Gordon throwback. And then it's, well, actually, hold on a second. I'm going to have to recount this, aren't I? Crim's got 8. Adam Capps has 7. So it's neck and neck between those two, it looks like. I'll have to take a look at the responses and break them down, but that's what looks like we've got so far. And you got a couple people voting for Paul. Paul's got 3, you know. So, you know, still 65 laps to go. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, we got a good chunk of time to go. Still have a couple pit stops to go. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 1,000. I know, I just keep moving the goalposts on everybody. Pace car is off, and we are green once again at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it looked like the 5 kind of spun his tires on the restart. The 6 was able to get a really good jump there.
It looked like for a moment the 51 of Opplinger did as well.
Yep, and he's on brand new tires. So I think wheel spin is just going to be the name of the game down on that front stretch at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Just in general, I don't care how new your tires are. It's really hard to get going on the restarts here. Look at the 51 at Opplinger. He's just able to send it down there into 1 or into 3 and 4 there. Same with the 20.
13 lap pressure tires will do that to you.
Mr. Yes, sir. I was just getting ready to say those Mr. Feelgoods feel pretty good.
We have a battle for the lead. Opplinger, Fredericks. I'm starting to think we see this a lot on the channel with these two guys. They're always around each other. But from first all the way to about 14th, probably about 10th, I'll give it. All single file. And look at the 5. He started second on the inside on the restart, and already that 5 is back to 8th place and just scratching and clawing to hold on to it. Now, Gary, have you ever done something so off strategy where you're like, I'm gonna lose a lot of positions, but if it stays green, it's gonna work out?
You know, it has been a minute, but yes, I can say that I have done that before. It has just been a very, very long time.
Yeah. What do they say? Yes, believe in the process?
Well, pretty much. I mean, really, tonight it's just been kind of been one of those stories. I know, at least for Kyle and Taylor, they're on their own strategy. I think I might have done it with Scott Ramler in Extreme, where we stayed out on older tires before. I think mostly because we were out of tires on about 30 laps to go in the race and had to stay out on older tires. So I'm sure it's been in the past, but nothing's coming to my recollection as of now. But you got to stick to your own race and stick to your own strategy and hope that it pays off for you in the end.
Gotta give a huge shout out to that 47. We've had 8 cautions. He's caused none of them, but he's been in 6 of them.
And he's been beaten and battered, but he won't be denied.
And he's currently running in that 5th spot. Way to bounce back, keep your head in the game, and just fight for every position out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming to almost 55 to go. Oplinger with 0.3 of a second lead over Dalton Fredericks. Then it goes back to Michael Thwaites, another half a second back. Then another 0.3 to fourth place Ed Morris, and 0.2 to fifth place Daniel Krim. Your biggest mover of the race, currently the driver of them 99 plus 18 spots, 27th to 9th. He's had a nice quiet run tonight as they're 3 wide behind him.
He's had a quiet night and very up and down too. Look at the 54. Yeah, I was gonna say the 54 of Oplinger, the 6 of Miller, and the 32 of Branson. 3 wide right here.
Yeah, and how long are they gonna hold it? Kind of looks like the 6 just backed out of it.
He got
Knows this
overpowered.
isn't the fight.
I think he got overpowered a little bit there too. But I think he was also just playing it smart because he knows he's got older tires than everybody else. But yeah, Nate, man, he's put on a heck of a drive. I don't want to keep talking about him because, you know, broadcasters curse. But
hey, at least it's for the most
He's
part
definitely
good
put on a show
publicity this
tonight.
time. But your biggest mover, like I said, is that Nate Orlowski. And Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a hard charger award.
there is a hard charger award. No money on the line for that one, but there is bonus points. So
And with us slowly creeping towards the playoffs, every bonus point matters.
every bonus point matters to establish your regular season points, but you know, it also can determine whether you're in or out of the playoffs too, like you said. So, and we've had 4 different winners through the first 4 races here, AJ. So the playoff picture is still a little undecided. Nobody's really pulled away and just flat out dominated with multiple wins yet this season. I think we'll see that here, starting with Knoxville. No, where are we going next week? I don't even know. That's terrible. I'm sorry, guys. I'll find out for you momentarily where we're going next week.
We are going to Kansas Speedway.
Ah, that's where we're going. I knew it was either 1.5 miles or Knoxville, but I think Knoxville is the 7th race on the schedule. Thanks, AJ, for bailing me out.
I got you, Phil.
But yeah, we go to Kansas next week, and that is going to be an interesting race. I think it's going to be kind of similar to tonight in the fact of where the tires are going to play a factor in that one too. So, but that track has got newer pavement and progressive banking as opposed to what we're seeing here tonight in Atlanta.
As we're staying with this battle, as Fredericks keeps the pressure on Justin Oplinger as they're side by side through 1 and 2. It's a great battle between drivers that are always around each other up towards the front. And don't look now,
Yeah, it's
Michael
great.
Thwaites
These
is there.
Drivers battle hard, but battle clean too, AJ.
Absolutely. Thwaites is right there to capitalize if anybody gets a bump the wrong way. But Daniel Krim in 5th is just sitting there. Hey guys, I'm here, and he's giving a nice tow to Jake Bustos right behind him.
Yeah, but don't forget about Ed Morris running here in that 4th spot. I know he's kind of in the middle of a little bit of a no man's land situation there, but he could be one to watch here at the end of this race. I know he's really run well at this portion of Atlanta in the past.
Is there a track that Ed Morris hasn't run well at?
Well, I mean, he could have gone 3 in a row at Canadian Tire, decided not to last week.
That was such a fun race. Those last 5 or 6 laps were absolutely amazing.
Yes, those closing laps between the 51 and the 35 last week were incredible. You don't really see that very much on road courses, but in Extreme, the last couple of seasons, we've had some pretty good finishes and pretty good battles on the roadside. So that's been good to see.
And there goes the 74. Slides up right in front of Daniel Krim, and you could see how much that air affected the 47.
Yeah, you dump any air, on these trucks, especially on the nose of these trucks, it's gonna either make you really tight or really loose.
Little bit of a gap now for Opplinger, as Fredericks now has Thwaites right by him through these turns. And if they get to battling for that second position, Gary, you could put money on it that 51 is just going to set sail.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if these guys start to battling really hard, and we kind of noticed with this at Atlanta in the past, where we've seen the leader just kind of walk away after a few laps if there's a second place battle side by side.
A little bit further back in 7th, Mike Rominger trying to gain some of those positions back. He is currently -5, sitting in 7th. Car still looks pretty nice and clean, but it's entertaining because at some point when these guys have to pit, who's going to be the first one to do so? Because looking at lap times, for the most part, everybody's fastest lap is anywhere from a 30.60 to a 30.95. Right now, Justin Opplinger, Gary, right now is a 32.34 against his 30.67. So,
and the fastest truck on the racetrack last time by was Paul Irvin, actually in the 12th spot with a 32.31. So yeah, they're well off what they were running for their fastest lap. Rominger, though, has always kind of been more of a calculated driver. He's not going to blow you off the speed chart. He's not going to really go out there and dominate races very much, although he has done it a time or two. He kind of does it when he needs to. But he's always been that guy. I'm going to hang around 5th to 7th most of the race. Then that last run, I'm just going to place myself in position for the last run of the race to get up there and contend and be there in the top 3 or even a win.
Well, you know what I'm thinking? I think if you're right around where the 9 is, maybe plus or minus a couple positions, pit a couple laps early. Benefit from those fresh tires.
I think once we see the edge of this pit window open, which will be about lap 102 or so, lap 103, that'll put us at about 38 to go as we see the 6 of Kyle Miller on pit road.
Yep.
Actually. Maybe these guys can make it about 42 laps, because Miller's down here and he's taking his tires and fuel. But you want to take advantage of the opportunity as well. So
I can't wait to see how fast that 6 is going to be running as he's leaving pit road now.
Yeah, as he's leaving pit road now, I think a lot of the leaders are going to be paying attention to what he was doing. Because I know he hasn't been up front all night long, but he definitely had to pit, though, because, older tires and everything like that. So
he was
going to be interesting to see how it all cycles.
There was a good portion of this race where he was up front, as Rominger is going to go to the outside of the 47. That's for 6th position.
Yeah, and you can really make your passes up there on the high side. That's what a lot of these drivers do, but a lot of them you're going to see, they're going to be kind of running the Harvick line, running the bottom and painting that white line there at the bottom of the racetrack with their left side tires.
Look at this cluster. The 54 of Christopher Opplinger, the 26 of Joshua Vidal, the 48 Paul Irvin, Hunter Hastings is right there, and so is Nate Orlowski.
Yeah, these guys here, 8 through about 12th there, all run right under a blanket.
One mistake can knock out 5 drivers.
Yeah, and I'm looking here. There's still a pretty decent battle for the lead. Justin Opplinger running the top side there. Dalton Fredericks running in the middle. And it seems like Thwaites and Ed Morris are kind of running ripping the boards here a little bit. But these 3 or 4 trucks are all right here in a cluster as well.
And shout out to Ed Morris. He has been one of the fastest trucks in that top 5. As I say that, last time by he was 0.02 off, but still he is chipping away at these leaders as from just a couple laps ago, Gary. Well, Kyle Miller a 31:30 last time by to Opplinger's 32:62.
Yeah, about a second and a half, not quite a second and a half, but right there, faster than the leader. So they're going to be coming through the pack and looking to pass everybody.
And the way it looks like, they're going to pass people like they're stopped.
Yeah, it's definitely going to feel that way. When you see the 6
there
truck
it is.
pass some of these lap trucks or some of these trucks on the lead lap, it's going to look like that they have 50 extra horsepower.
Wait, I didn't know the truck series had push to pass.
Well, I mean, if you ask Joseph Newgarden, he's got unlimited push to pass.
Oops. Oh, kind of want to ask him about that win.
I hope Mr. Joe Hutchins was paying attention. Golf McLaren, I know you're listening.
I know what you did last summer.
Right.
Vidal in the 26. Doing pretty good. Makes a pass on Paul Irvin. Keeps it right behind Christopher Opplinger as the... Uh-oh. Hard in the wall, the 26 is. He's going to lose multiple positions.
Yeah, that could do some damage to
road.
that truck. Yeah, and he's got a meatball now, so he is really hurting. So he's going to have to come in and fix the damage and get some tires and come on back out there.
That was a massive hit. Did I get the wrong lap? There it is. There it is. Oh! It wasn't the first tap, but it was definitely the second one that did it. Daniel Krim on pit road.
Yep, Daniel Krim on pit road. I figured he was going to be one of the first guys to pit. Josh Vidal in here for obvious reasons.
Caleb Bacon also
35. Yeah, he's not a lead lap car, but he's coming in. I will not be shocked if we see guys like the 48 come on in here. The 99's pitting, 51. Here's the 7-year leaders. It is feeding time for a lot of these guys. 32's coming in, 99, 69. Last and final pit stops for these guys if we stay green.
Yeah, this very much can be your money stop.
The 20 is communicating with the 12 to pit.
This
the 12
is
pitting. 48's pitting in.
The whole cavalry's coming down pit road as 20 is off
54,
the track.
Chris Opplinger is pitting. Everybody's pitting. It looks like Taylor Bertram and Kyle Miller are going to get back on the lead lap here. Yeah, that cycle of pit stops, AJ, wasn't going to last very long. That is for sure. Once you see the leader come in, everybody's going to be coming down pit road.
As there is Taylor Bertram in 7th, trying to get as many positions as possible before those trucks in front of him get back out on the racetrack.
Well, pending here, they might be leading this thing here.
There it is, and it's not even close.
Yeah, him and Kyle Miller, they kind of had a strategy here, similar strats here. Kyle pitted 4 laps after Taylor, so might see these tires start to play dividends on Kyle's end.
Yeah, Taylor Bertram last pit on 94.
The 20 is going back in. I think he sped on pit road.
Oh no. That's 2 races in a row with a pit road violation on the 20.
Yeah, 2 races in a row. Very unfortunate. Kind of shooting yourself in the foot there, so to speak, with those pit road violations, and that
Yeah.
will ultimately kill your race.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because Dalton has everything for the most part else locked down, and I think it's kind of like a Denny Hamlin syndrome kind of thing where he could be great during the race, but coming to pit road might be an issue, whether it's your team or you speeding on pit road.
Yeah, I can't believe you just called him Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, but the analogy's correct.
No, I mean you know, it isn't incorrect, but for sure. Sorry, I got distracted by what's happening in chat there for a moment. But yeah, no, I mean Denny is one of those guys that will always push it to the limit on pit road, and he's been bought many times in his career for speed on pit road, as well as Dalton. But you know, Dalton also kind of comes from that road background and IndyCar background too, AJ, where you get a pit road speed limiter. You get to hit the button and it just stays there for you. Where
That's
you know,
a good
in
point.
these stock cars, you kind of have to manage your speed on your own.
That's a good point.
I try to make them every once in a while.
Yeah,
But I think we got a battle brewing here for the win here, AJ. Look at the 51 and the 7 here. The 6 and the 5 couldn't quite get their strategy to work. A 10-lap difference on tires. I'm not surprised, but look at the 51 and the 7 here, AJ. Those two are the last ones standing from that pack earlier. I think it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to these 2 trucks right here.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that 7 has been chipping and scratching and clawing his way up the leaderboard. Currently running in that second position and has about 3.5 to Michael Thwaites behind him. I'm really excited to see if Ed Morris can get to Justin Opplinger. But passing here, you're going to have to set that up a good lap and a half back to even make a shot for it. But last time
Yeah, well, I mean, looking at it here, he's really meant another 2/10, AJ.
Yeah, 31.13 for Opplinger, a 30.98 for Ed Morris.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, Ed's definitely faster, but the thing is, though, is he burning off his tires by being as fast as he is? He's going to have to save a little bit in the tank if he wants to try to get around that 51. But I know Ed Morris is really fast in these trucks, AJ. He really knows how to get the job done and win these trucks. So he's I think he knows how to be fast without burning his stuff up.
Oh yeah. And I like the way that's the 7 is getting into these turns. Arching it
Yeah, and I
very
mean,
nicely.
he's basically approaching this like he did Nashville, right? I mean, one of the fastest guys, but, you know, just kind of lurking there and just putting himself in a position to win. He ended up finishing 3rd tonight, maybe 1 or 2 spots better.
Just so smooth. We're on board with Ed Morris. Just so smooth
Yeah,
through
look
the
at how
turns.
he is not, I mean, look at the front straightaway. He wasn't turning the wheel at all, hardly turning the wheel right here, and that's the thing. The less wheel input you can give your truck, and you're going to be putting a little bit of wheel input at the exit because the truck does get light, but the less wheel input that you can put into your vehicle here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the better off you're going to be for your tires and the more speed you're going to have.
Good move for Opplinger to try to block the run from the 7 by putting the truck to the outside in 3 and 4, and then right back to the inside in 1 and 2. That gap is still sitting about 2.5 tenths.
Yeah, and how I've run Atlanta here in the past here, before really figuring out the Harvicking line, you can run the outside in 1 and 2 pretty easily, but you want to run the bottom here in 3 and 4. But now that everybody's kind of found the Harvick line at this configuration, you're really just better off just running the low side because you really do save your tires, and it is, I think, the fastest way around here. As we see Ed Morris going up towards the boards here.
He's going to have a nice run out of 2. Going to use a little bit of the draft down the back straightaway.
He's got a nice run. Will he be able to do anything with it, though? That is the thing. He's able to reel it in by 4/100ths there. But Opplinger is just a touch better in 3 and 4. So I think if Ed is going to make his pass for the lead, it's going to be coming out at 2 where he's better. And then he's just got to be able to maintain a run through turns 3 and 4.
Oh, that was a really good 1 and 2 from the 7. He's going to get a little loose out of 2. Last time by, Gary, they
kill him a little bit right there.
Last time by, they ran the same lap time.
Yes, they did. I mean, very identical. Justin ran a 31.682, and Ed ran a 31.678. So I mean, they're right there on lap time. Justin a little bit faster that most previous lap, 31.85 to Ed's 31.90. So I mean, these guys are right there, neck and neck on lap time. One guy's faster one lap, the other guy's faster the next lap. They're just exchanging blows like it's a boxing match.
Daniel Krim trying to keep Jake Bustos behind him. And another quiet night. I know we've mentioned him a couple times. Paul Irvin's back in that top 10 in 7th. Trying to get by Rominger.
Yeah, these guys, we've got battles all over this racetrack, AJ. We can't keep up with them. We don't have enough cameras.
I wish I had a way to use 4 different
We've got
feeds.
another one here, the 74 and the 47, the inversion of 4s and 7s right here. See if that'll confuse you.
Look at the 48 just shoving the 9 into turn 1. I mean,
the 9's definitely on the edge and pushing it for sure. These guys battling for that 6th position. Thwaites is kind of on his own here. He's got about a second, almost 2-second lead over Bustos.
yeah, he's basically on an island of his own. But I'm really excited to see because Justin Opplinger has started to pull away from Ed Morris.
Yeah, he sure has. I think Ed used up his tires, man. That's unfortunate. Justin was able to find that extra little bit here coming down to the end of this thing. Michael Thwaites ran a 31.81. Oh, never mind. They're getting faster. Hold on. I'll tell you who fastest is here in a second. Thwaites was actually the fastest truck that last lap, a 31.93. And Bustos was second fastest with a 31.94.
Yeah, 2 drivers about 2 seconds away from each other.
Those are the only 2 drivers on the lead lap that are in the same second bracket there, AJ.
Wow.
Oh, Taylor was actually fastest with the 31.33.
Oops.
But I think those guys are on new tires. Yeah, it looks like Taylor went back down pit road and put new tires on it, and so did Kyle. So these guys are going to be unlapping themselves here pretty shortly. They're actually, looks like the 6 is running down the 48 right now. I don't think he's going to have enough time, though, to pass everybody twice, and that's what you're going to have to do. So everybody's all spread out, AJ. 13 to go here.
Yeah,
left in this thing.
We're going to take it side by side one last time. We'll be right back from Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're watching All-Star 15 TV.
The search is over. The most comprehensive oval scoring solution is here. Featuring oval playoffs, adjust drivers per round, custom number of rounds, custom playoff points, provisionals, optional win and you're in, custom playoff displays, rookie championships, optional minimum participation, and load those results in seconds. Visit extremescoring.info today.
RICMOTECH, high-performance sim racing equipment. There's only one place to go, RICMOTECH.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back. Opplinger has extended the lead past 3 seconds. Waits in third, fourth, and Bustos in fifth. Daniel Krim. Gary, what do you got?
Well, we're closing in on the votes. Voting time for y'all for the throwback contest. Drivers will still have an opportunity to vote post-race if they so choose. But for you guys in the audience, we're cutting you off here after we go off the air tonight. 33 responses so far. Adam Caps has 17 votes to Crim's 8.
Jesus.
So y'all need to figure it out before the end of the race here. We only got about 6 laps remaining on this deal, guys.
Adam Caps about 50 laps down as well.
Well, I mean, best looking truck. Doesn't mean you have to finish up front.
It is a very good looking truck. I'm just happy they were able to put some fenders to put back on it.
That's right. Well, it looks like Opplinger is probably going to win this one unless there's a late race yellow. 3.1 seconds back. Ed Morris is now going to have to hold off his teammate Michael Thwaites here for second place.
Yeah, but they also
The
still have
prime
another.
time boys running well tonight.
They also have another 2 seconds back to fourth. So
Yes,
they could have this battle.
Yes, they can have this battle for a pretty good amount of time here.
Don't go anywhere.
But they better not battle for too much for too long because they got Bustos and I believe Bustos is kind of a no man's land. Yeah, Bustos is the next guy, and then they've got Krim and Rominger after that.
Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to our podium finishers once we get that checkered. But it's almost time. 3 laps remaining from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And Opplinger has had one heck of a race. There's the pass for P2. And Ed's going to get him back on exit. It's just a very strong run that these trucks are giving on the outside. Dual popsicle
you
sticks up
get
in
the
the air.
momentum wound up on the outside here, AJ, or really the outside on any racetrack in these trucks. It just makes it look like you got way more horsepower than the guy that's on the bottom.
But then the guy
tight.
and the guy in the bottom through the turns looks to have the advantage.
Yes, because they're able to send it in there a little bit harder. but the truck on the outside usually has a run on the straightaway. Because the guy on the bottom, they kind of are able to stay in the gas a little bit longer, where the guy on the outside has to back up his corner a little
There
bit,
it
but he
is.
can get back into the gas sooner. But Thwaite's going to be able to complete the pass here. I don't think that they're going to have anything for the 51.
Absolutely not,
but-
because we are on the white flag lap.
Yeah. Presented by Wrestling with Nerds.
Half a lap
Going
away.
into turn 3 for the final time here, AJ, is Justin Opplinger.
Yeah, he is absolutely killing it the whole night. Kicks it a little sideways in celebration through 3 and 4, crossing the line and winning Throwback night for the XMS RICMOTECH Truck Series. It's Justin Opplinger.
Yeah, he's going to spoil the party. Non-throwback wins the race. Actually, non-throwbacks for the top 3 spots, but, highest finish in throwback tonight goes to Daniel Crim.
Justin Opplinger, Michael Thwaites, Ed Morris, your top 3. We'll talk to them momentarily. Jake Bustos in 4th. In 5th, it's Daniel Crim. Mike Rominger in 6th. Paul Irvin 7th. 8th goes to Hunter Hastings. 9th, Nate Orlowski. 10th, it's Christopher Opplinger. And rounding out all lead lap drivers, it's Trent Branson.
Yeah, Trenton finishing strong in that 11th spot tonight. Good run for him. I don't think he's finished in the top 10 yet, but he is going to be knocking on the door very, very soon.
Well, just like one of my favorite songs, it is time for the 51 to burn it to the ground.
Yeah, that's right.
Had to throw that plug in there.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Can't wait to talk to everybody tonight. It was a great race. Gary, you were spot on. The minute we got to the stage, everybody decided to calm down and get to racing.
Yep, sure did. And 8 cautions for 30 laps tonight. Not the sexiest of stats, but we make it work, and everybody was able to get spread out in the second stage, and it was pretty clean and green from there.
Dude, that's a hell of a burnout mark.
Yes. Justin wins a lot, so he knows how to burn it down, that's for sure.
Shall we start with our post-race interviews, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. You want to start with third?
Yeah, I'll take third. You can grab second. I'll grab numero uno.
Okay, all right.
Ed Morris, AJ, and Gary in the broadcast booth. Great job tonight to bring that thing home. 11 spots better than where you started in third. Talk about your race and talk about how you got to P3.
Man, it was a wild one for sure. I mean, we just started. It just wasn't fast off the bat. Didn't get much practice in, and just kind of struggled in traffic, and just kind of wrong place, wrong time, some stuff, and got into some stuff. Got turned there, on the back stretch and got some damage, but we was able to get it fixed and battle back up through, and at least we got up to the front, and still had a decent competitive truck. So and finally got a green flag pit stop in, I guess. So, I mean, that's where we really, I executed flawlessly on that pit stop. I was able to stay right with Justin on that stop, and we got a really good lead, but, I can't, after this race, I can't complain about a podium finish.
Yeah, you gradually made your way from, I think it was 14th to 3rd throughout the whole race. At what point during the race did you feel like you had a truck that can contend for the win or even just a podium finish?
Well, I mean, once we finally kind of got going there, and I got up, broke into the top 5 finally, and was up there with the leaders, and we got that long run, and right there toward the end, I was kind of starting to pull on those top 3, and close the gap a little bit, and I was like, oh, this thing's still pretty decent. They did a good job fixing the damage, so I'm still in this thing, so maybe a good time pit stop, and some strategy, and maybe we could get out in front of these guys, because we kind of realized once we got through that run that once the tires got old, passing was kind of difficult. So it was it was kind of up to the pit stop.
Yeah, dude. Well, we're taking this truck series, the RICMOTECH truck series, out west, out to the Midwest, to Kansas Speedway. We go from 1.5 miles that is really bumpy and abrasive to another 1.5 miles that has its own challenges. What are we expecting from the 7 out at Kansas next week?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be good next week. It'll just be kind of dependent on how everything else goes in the race. If we can stay clean or not, or it'll be pretty close racing next week too. And I'm sure the bottom will probably be a lot better than it was tonight. So I'm sure it'll be different, but we'll be up there.
All right, before we let you go, any sponsors you want to plug before you get to partying with your team?
Yeah, man, just big shout out to RICMOTECH, XTREME Scoring, all those guys. Appreciate all their support, and without them, I don't think we'd be doing this. So big thanks to them. Thanks to everybody here at Extreme Motorsports, the staff, the admins, race control, everybody here that puts in work, after hours. You guys in the broadcast booth, all the tidbit stuff that Gary does for me. Thank you, I appreciate it. And then all the drivers, everybody for being here every week.
All right, dude. Great talking with you. Great race, and we'll see you at Kansas Speedway next week.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was the 7 of Ed Morris. Gary, I hear you got P2.
Yeah, I'm down here with the pole sitter. What happened, Michael? You didn't win the race. You're supposed to win the pole, win the stage, win the race. I'm just
you are right there. You are right. It's just, I mean, Justin is fast. I mean, that's all I can say. He's fast. He
definitely put on a clinic tonight for y'all. But talk about your race, man. I mean, you ran pretty much top 5. It seemed like most of the day. Talk about your race and how the race went for you.
Oh, I mean, good. I mean, I was glad that we were able to get some green flag runs there at the end and have a green flag pit stop. The car, it surprised me that the car would get loose later in the run, especially running like the high line in 1 and 2. I mean, that really surprised me. But I mean, the car felt good. I mean, this race was fun. I really enjoyed it. Being able to run it, anywhere on the track and be able to make up time. Like that one run before the green flag pit stop, when I started gaining on Dalton and Justin there, I was running like the middle of in 3 and 4, and I was getting some good runs off the corner there, and that surprised me. I mean, I would have liked to have won it, but second is second best, so I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we go to Kansas Speedway next week. Another 1.5 miles, a little bit different though. Progressive banking. Ed was saying that he feels that the bottom lane and really just passing in general is going to be a little bit easier, I guess, in a way for next week. How do you feel about going into Kansas?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. I kind of disagree a little bit with Ed there. I feel like it's just going to be all high line, based off of my previous experience there. So I think it's going to be hard to pass. You're going to have to wait for somebody to probably in front of you to, make a little bit of a mistake, get in a wall or something, and just have to go underneath them a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, I haven't ran there in a while, so. But it should be a good race too.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to let you go celebrate with your crew. But before that, any thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give to everybody here?
Yeah. Prime time, my teammates there. I think 3 of us got the top 6, so that's pretty good. RICMOTECH, everything they do for the league is great. Ed, what he does for the league, Extreme and everything, it's a great league. And of course, what you guys do in the booth, really appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll let you go celebrate with Ed here for P2 tonight, but congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right. And that is going to bring us to our winner down in Victory Lane. AJ's got him.
Hey, Justin Uplinger, the driver I picked about halfway through the first stage to come out with either a great finish or the win. How'd you get there? How was the truck? And talk about the race overall, Justin.
Yeah, I don't really know. It was pretty crazy. We track position was really important, staying out front, clean air. And there was a few times where I was farther back in the pack, maybe around 8th or 10th, and had to fight my way through. And it was really just about getting your nose clean through traffic. I would go to the high side and get my nose poked out behind trucks just to pull a bit more downforce on it and get it to rotate. And we just picked off one by one while the tires were fresh. Once they wore off, it seemed like it was really, really hard to pass. But yeah, it was a fun race. So a multi-groove track. It was bottom, middle, and top was about the same speed, and but it's really fun for me running the top. I used it a lot to keep people from behind me. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch to see how you maneuvered the restarts, how you kept the lead. Um, Looked like a lot of times these drivers wanted to take the outside on the front row, but it didn't matter where you were. You were going to get towards the front, grab the lead, and set sail. I think at one point you had a 5 or 6 second lead. But it was great to watch, and I hope everybody at home enjoyed it as well. But we take the Truck Series to Kansas Speedway next week. What are we expecting from the 51 there? Or are we just going to be talking to you just like this next week?
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. Kansas, fun track. I don't know exactly how it would be, but I'm guessing kind of like this, where you're off the throttle just a little bit at the beginning, or maybe you might even be full throttle. I haven't tried it yet, but that track can develop into a multi-groove track. I'm not sure if the trucks can. I don't know if they'll have enough horsepower, but if they do, I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. If it doesn't, I'm sure it'll still be fun to watch because that track is always pretty good, mile and a half, and you can use the second lane if you want, but it'll always produce good racing. So I'll be excited. We'll try and continue to get good team points, and I'll just keep doing my thing, trying to finish the best I can, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing. You did it once again tonight. Before we let you go and party with the team, and I hope it's one heck of a party, I could use a couple drinks, so I might head down your way. Got any sponsors you want to plug?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to give a big thanks to the good Lord above for making everything possible. All this wouldn't be possible without him. Mom and Dad for the sim. Axis Racing Team for all the help, all the data, all the feedback. Everyone involved with All Star TV, 15 TV, you guys in the broadcast booth, race admins, Ed Morris, any of the race control, and RICMOTECH. RICMOTECH, yeah, sim equipment. They make really good equipment. One of my teammates uses their pedals, and he has nothing bad to say about them. So definitely check them out. But yeah, I think that's it.
All right, brother. Well, we'll see you at Kansas Speedway next week. You enjoy the rest of this week, and get ready for another fun one at another mile and a half next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Will do.
Gary, take us home.
Well, I do have an update from Race Control. Potentially, they're working on the final results here, but they are working on the stage results right now. Potentially, I'm hearing that the 6 may be the winner of the stage. They're still going to look at it and review it, and they'll put out the results later on. But from my understanding, it may not be Jake Bustos that won stage 1 tonight. It may be Kyle Miller. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. But a crazy race here tonight. 8 cautions for 30 laps. Still really good to see some green flag racing there at the end. A lot of carnage, a lot of chaos tonight. It did not disappoint here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But next week, on to Kansas, and there's no place like home.
Click, click, click. As Dorothy would to try to get back home. Opplinger, as you guys know, won the race. Michael Thwaites in second, Ed Morris in third. Bustos comes home in fourth. In the 5th position, you have Daniel Krim. 6th, Mike Rominger. 7th, Paul Irvin. Hunter Hastings in 8th. 9th for Nate Orlowski, doing a really good job here tonight. And in 10th, rounding out that top 10, it's Christopher Opplinger. Gary, tonight was a very fun race. Once we got through the stage and everybody relaxed, settled in, it was a lot of fun to see pit strategy and all that fun stuff come into play, I guess you would say, to get to the 140 laps. But another great show, another great broadcast, Gary. I love doing these with you, and I can't wait for Kansas next week.
Yeah, going to be a fun time at Kansas Speedway next week. Really looking forward to it. Should be a good one. And, until tomorrow night, we've got the RICMOTECH Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports. Same bat time, same bat channel here, All Star 15 TV. Really looking forward to that. You'll have Kenan Miller with you in the booth tomorrow night, subbing in for Mike Campigio. But should be fun regardless. And the fan vote. That's what everybody's asking for. I'm sorry. Maybe we should give that before we sign off here, AJ.
Yeah, it might be a good
Adam
idea.
Caps.
By how much?
Adam Caps won the fan. It's not even close.
I was gonna say because as
17-8, it wasn't even close.
Sheesh.
So, but that is as of right now, at least with the fan vote. I'm still going to allow the drivers to vote after the race here, but tomorrow morning I will cut it off and we'll move on and declare the winner. I'll be sure to get that to you tomorrow, AJ, before the broadcast, as you all know. But until next time, AJ, I think we're all ready to head them out and move them on.
Yeah, I will. I'll get the number from Gary, and we will announce the official winner of it. Golf McLaren, Joe in the YouTube chat. I demand a recount just because you're in Florida and they have to recount everything.
That's because they can't count.
But yeah, Gary will give me the actual official number tomorrow before the broadcast of the Xfinity race. And we'll go from there. But everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Glad to have you all here. Appreciate it like you guys wouldn't imagine. But we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and it starts with all of you. Thank you, and we'll see you at Kansas Speedway next week.
Go plan traffic.